Toronto, I've been saying it for the longest. Y'all my favorite city. I've never been more disappointed. I was going to Caribbean. I think I got to cancel that trip. I was about to go to the show last night. And I don't care who this applies to, whether it's Drake, team somebody. Nobody popped out and showed niggas. Not even a cup thrown on stage, nothing. So you telling me this nigga on a worldwide tour just violating, and the only nigga popped up and it even had an argument with a nigga was Ak? Oh, nah, I'm good. This was crazy. I'm good. First and foremost, I will just be honest because I call it spade a spade. I think Kendrick, he did a softball performance last night. I'm the one that says when it's time for you to deliver the kill shot, you walk him down and headshot him. He should have performed Not Like Us 6 times in the 6. That's how you do it. That's a fact. I got to keep it a bean. I'm hip hop. 6 times in the 6. If ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it, you should have dropped it 6 times in the 6. Nobody around? It's so sweet. Really? Should have did it 6 times. I can't lie. That's hip hop. That's hip hop shit. I gotta keep it a bean. 6 times. So Kendrick really let niggas off light. Now, the issue with Drake and Kendrick has been litigated already. What was it? The Super Bowl y'all was waiting for? It happened. Was it the Grammys? It happened. Was it the pop out? It happened. It all happened. It all happened. Last night, I wrote a letter to Trump. I said, Trump, we gotta get Canada as our 51st state. Ain't no way. It's no way. It's no way that should have been allowed to happen in Canada. That's when I realized, and this is not all for my Canadian people, because I love my Canadians, and I do love Toronto. It really was my favorite city in the world. They show me so much love. But what I seen last night was a city that was misguided, broken, and not knowing the harsh truths behind some of what this battle is about. Let me make no mistake about it. If you are just a Kendrick fan and you're like, no, we're just glad Drake is catching a L or whatever you want to say, cool, you got it. But when I watch Canadians dance, sing till they're losing their voice box, the whole time I'm looking like, do these goofies know that the idea of Not Like Us is not just Drake? It's none of y'all. You realize the sentiment about Not Like Us is not only to Drake, it's all of y'all Canadians. You realize that's how niggas talk about y'all. That y'all have weird accents. Y'all style is from like 3 different countries, Jamaican, Somali, everywhere. That's when I realized, I'm like, yo, these niggas think that song is dissing all of y'all niggas. But then that's when I realized, I'm like, you know, I spoke to a lot of people from Canada. They said, yeah, niggas in Canada, they don't have no shared identity. You see, the West Coast, I'll give them this at least. They do have a shared identity. Canada, they don't know what's going on. Again, this is not a Drake thing. If you're saying that, by the way, listen, I call a spade. Big W for that. This is how you should do it. I went there when Drake performed back-to-back in Philadelphia. I'm hip-hop at the end of the day. When he did that, I said, that's how you're supposed to do it. Perform your biggest song, dissing that man in his own city. He can't do nothing about it. That's that W. That's how you crystallize it. Dot did the same. I think he should have went crazier. 6 times. I don't know if Drake could say he's a 6 god if this is how it's going down. This was last night I was in awe. What is going on out here? Now, granted, obviously, we're not saying Kendrick don't have fans in Toronto or Canada specifically. But what I realize is that I don't think people understand the idea and the overall themes that went behind the battle. This idea of they not like us. I want to let all of you Canadians, no nigga from the West Coast think any of you Canadians are like them. So to see y'all like, it's like the ones that's dancing, they don't think y'all like them either. They just did a robbery on y'all. Now, granted, again, Kendrick makes great music, so there's nothing wrong with just go support his music. But to watch people celebrate, it's not about Drake win or Drake loss. To watch somebody celebrate the idea of kicking the back end of your entire cultural and existence, I looked at Toronto as a place that was lost last night. I said, wow. Yeah, you see, I identify with people from Toronto. I'm going to tell you why. I'm Jamaican. It's a lot of Jamaicans that migrated to Toronto. Toronto is really a mixed hub of a lot of different races, cultures, and oftentimes, because we know how Americans are, they'll be like, yo, nah, there's no Canadian guy. Why do they talk like that? Why do they do this? It's the reason why when Drake got in hip hop, he never used his original accent for a long time. So when I hear a song like Not Like Us, again, I know some people are like, you're making it more than what it is. Yo, if you're talking about Drake and Kendrick, the shit been over. I was definitely going to give the fucking cherry on top of the cupcake because, yes, you performed it in a city. But to watch Canadians, I just want to tell all y'all Toronto niggas, the idea of Not Like Us, none of y'all are like what them niggas is talking about. None of y'all. It's the reason why it says, I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga. Canada has strived so long to be pretty much a city that's seen and accepted. So to see them laugh and dance to their own demise, Drake, I got to keep it a being with you. It's time you start claiming Houston. It's Houston time now. It's Houston time now. It's Houston time. Drake, you got to leave Canada in the past. It's Houston time. It's Houston time. It's Houston time. Now, they might do it in Houston, but at least with Houston, it's a different story out there. But watching the Canadians sing a song or sing songs that was denigrating their whole existence, I sat there and think, do the Canadians think that this song is, the West Coast helped Kendrick win the public sentiment of this battle. You know that the fact that Drake's from Canada and people look at y'all like, who the fuck are they? That's kind of why Drake didn't have that much support. And y'all supported this. Yo, Toronto, y'all are cooked, bro. Y'all are cooked. I can't even lie to you. Y'all are cooked. Yo, Drake, it's time to claim Houston, bro. You got to claim Houston, gang. Go claim Houston. Nah. I ain't even going to lie to you. I don't think the Toronto Raptors going to win a championship for the next 40 years. This is a curse. The Blue Jays won't win no more. Toronto basically just said, a West Coast. Let me tell you this. And I still think Joey Badass giving the West Coast hell is still because of that nigga Kendrick talking about he coming into New York kicking out the buildings like he's Snoop. No, nigga, you ain't doing shit. You see, New York is a prideful place. Last night, I saw Canada get emasculated. We're not talking. The battle with Drake and Kendrick been over. But the nigga dissed y'all exact existence. If you live in Canada today, from Toronto, think about you as a person, as a hip-hop fan. The nigga says, you're Drake. To Kendrick, you're Drake. Okay? To the majority of people who like music, you're Drake. You're not like everybody else. You're from Canada. That's how they look at you. I don't look at y'all like that. I love y'all. That's how they look at you. Watching y'all sit there and parade to it, I said, they might be right. Them niggas might be right. Drake, you got to start claiming Houston, bro. You got to start claiming Houston, bro. It's over. Got to start claiming Houston. Yeah. Watching that disgraceful output by Canada last night, I realized that, I won't say Canadians got no pride, but them Canadians in that building had zero pride. Nigga, I would at least censor myself on certain lyrics. Even if I was a fan. Hold on now. If I'm a fan of you and you dissing, you said all these Jamaican bitch niggas, I'm like, hold on now. I realized them niggas had no pride last night, man. No pride. Because I asked y'all the question. Y'all think Drake could go over there and say, yo, the West Coast ain't got no this, the West Coast ain't this, da-da-da-da-da, and West Coast niggas sing to it? Nah. Even if they like Drake, they just won't sing that. Canada, Toronto, I'm gonna holler at Trump, man. Y'all got to become the 51st state, man. After what I seen last night, y'all need some exercises in pride. Yo, this is where we from. Fuck that other shit. It ain't even about Drake. But y'all don't got it. So, y'all might as well just fold on. Y'all could come in after Idaho. You know what I mean? Yeah, we just adopt Canada. That shit was crazy last night. W. I keep saying dot. You got the second night tonight? Perform that shit 6 times. There's no pride there. There's no Canadian pride. Just perform that shit 6 times. If I'm dot, I would perform every day. So I don't even perform no other song. Just to let niggas know. That nigga's on the stage just violating Canada the whole time. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga Big Pac turn in his grave. What the fuck? Again, it's not about, if y'all want to say the Drake Kendrick shit, that's a dub for Dot. I gave Drake a dub against, I call it spade a spade. I gave Drake the dub for doing it in Philly. I gave Drake the dub for doing it in Philly. But trust me, Philly niggas got some pride. If there was a song that said all these bitch ass Philly niggas, they're not singing it like that. It's not happening. To me, when I listen to that shit, both Euphoria and that, the idea of they not like us, a lot of it is Canada, which, by the way, he literally spells it out. This is what a lot of niggas think about Canada, not I. They think y'all niggas are cultureless because when they hear y'all, they hear Jamaicans. When they hear y'all, they hear some of y'all beats sound like the UK. They hear y'all, they hear other places. That's why Kendrick say y'all run to this, y'all run to that, y'all run to this, y'all run to that. And that's what people think of Canadians. It's crazy. No, I'm sorry. Not me. I love Canada and I love Toronto. But last night I realized, and it's not all Canadians or Torontonians, it's the niggas that was in the building, they're culturally clueless. They don't realize that Kendrick is dissing their entire, he's dissing Drake, 100%. But he's dissing their entire existence. After that, Drake, you better start claiming Houston, bro. That shit's over. I don't want to hear no more. That shit's over.